Hello, lovely beings. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day whenever, wherever it is that you are. I hope everyone is feeling healthy and happy as much as is possible. Let's ask Spirit for... I just want to ask Spirit for a few messages for the collective today. Happy Saturday if you are viewing from a similar space and time to me. If not, happy whatever day it is where you are. Spirit. Ooh. What does the collective need to know right now? We've got the Wheel of Fortune. And instantly when I pulled that card, I heard someone say, someone's guides, someone's ancestors say, it is out of your hands. Okay, you have done all that you can do. It is time to take your hands off that wheel and let Spirit do what Spirit does. Wow. So somebody's got an offering of love coming in. Interesting. Okay. This could also be a younger water sign. This could be... Wow, someone's really got an offer of love coming in. It could be a younger water sign. It could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. And with the Two of Cups, this is something you've been waiting for. This is something that you have really been waiting for. There was a forum that I found really formative when helping me read tarot cards. And you never really stop learning how to read them. But it was called Eclectic Tarot. It still exists, and I still reference it from time to time. But they had some of the best, most comprehensive breakdowns of each of the cards. And for this one, I remember specifically, they said, this is that moment when the two of you lock eyes across a crowded room and you know you've just met your soulmate or the love of your life, or if this is not romantic in any sense, that you've just met someone who is going to be so vital to the way that you do things. This card is that moment of connection. So, since the Wheel of Fortune takes us from one end of the spectrum to the other, you are probably coming out of a period of fairly intense loneliness. Yeah, with the Devil card coming out, you had to give up something. You had to give up something that was really not good for you. This could be a substance, this could be alcohol, this could be food, this could be gambling, this could be shopping, this could be any of those behaviors. This could be a person. I will be the one to say it. Big Capricorn energy for sure. The Devil is the thing that you know is bad for you and you can't stop going back. I'm gonna let that be the message of that card, and you just take that however it resonates, my friends. Yeah, I don't really take them unless they flip upright. I do apologize. I had to reorient the camera a little bit. Give me some more space. Oh, what did we flip over? The Queen of Pentacles. Okay, and because that flipped over and then flipped back on me a little bit. I'm going to say that this is how you have been in your Queen of Pentacles energy. You've been a little hard to read. You've been a little reclusive, maybe. The Queen of Pentacles can be a female earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn does not have to be. It is generally someone who is working on themselves physically, you know, looking after their health, in an energy of abundance. But it's abundance you're not really talking about. It is health and benefits that I wouldn't say that you're gatekeeping them. You're not gatekeeping, but it's just not really anybody else's business what you're doing that feels so good or that is helping you turn this wheel of fortune back in your favor. That's just not really, you're just not really blaring your success from the mountaintops. And with the Two of Pentacles, you've been juggling a lot. The Two of Pentacles is obviously the card of juggling, and that can be trying to juggle finances, resources of some sort. Now, I will say, with the Two of Pentacles and the relationship cards that have come up already, I will say that the Two of Pentacles can be someone juggling you, or you juggling multiple relationships. That can be a way that that card is intended. And with the Six of Pentacles, there's giving and receiving. Okay. If I'm honest, Six of Pentacles has always read to me like breadcrumbing. So, how does this look all together? Well, you're bringing in a new romantic connection or a new deep friendship after, well, maybe being taken advantage of. Somebody maybe not fully seeing your worth. Somebody giving you crumbs and expecting you to be satisfied with that. But you're over here in your queen energy, like, I've learned my worth. I know my worth now. Okay. Maybe. Ooh. Okay. So, I don't really do reversals in my readings. We got the Hierophant and the Ace of Wands. So this is, by all means, this is new beginning energy. So the Hierophant is structure. It's divine masculine is what's coming out really strongly for me with this one. Someone in their divine masculine. And when I say things like divine masculine and divine feminine, maybe a better way of saying them would be action and being, or projection and reception. I know the gendered language is a little obnoxious sometimes, so maybe that's a better way of saying it. So this is strong, especially with the Ace of Wands. This is strong projection energy. This is strong action energy. And the Hierophant is telling you that someone has something to teach you. What do I mean by that? Someone has a lesson for you. With this devil energy and the juggling, that can be a karmic lesson that you have learned and come out on the other side of. And you're not really sure what your next move is. So what to do about that? Well, try asking someone who's been there before and who may have some useful wisdom. Try taking a course or going to a class at your local university and learning how to do a new skill, learning how to perform new skills. With the Ace of Wands, whatever this new venture is going to be something you're extremely passionate about. If it's a new relationship, which we feel like it might be, or if it's a new friendship, this is going to be something that really lights you up. This is going to be a really passionate, exciting adventure for you. I'm really loving this. Really loving this. Okay, let's see if we can get some clarifiers here. All right, we're just going to see if we can get some clarifiers on some of these cards here. I don't like to do reversals or sideways cards, but I do like to get clarification where I see fit. I want some clarification on this offer. This offer and this Two of Cups energy. I want some clarification on that, if you would please, Spirit. What's the offer and the Two of Cups here? What's the offer and the Two of Cups doing here? Oh, goodness. So yeah, the mirroring card suggests that this Page of Cups and Two of Cups, this may be a twin flame reading. With the twin flame dynamic, there is a lot of mirroring. So if you were curious about a connection that you were feeling, but you weren't sure if somebody else was feeling it, the mirroring card says they absolutely were. Let's get some clarification on this Devil energy, Spirit. Past, present, future. Can we get some clarification? Absolutely shady. Absolutely shady. What's the Hierophant doing here, Spirit? Can you tell us what the Hierophant is doing here, please? What is the Hierophant doing here? What is the Hierophant doing here? So whoever this individual is that you've connected to, the energy is extremely chaotic. That's why the cards are jumping around like they are. Okay, so with the Hierophant energy, I'm getting that. Okay. All right, here's what's coming up. For some of you, this Page of Cups, Two of Cups, mirroring twin flame situation could have been a connection from the past that then revealed itself to be a little shady, a little toxic. There may have been some juggling and some breadcrumbs involved. And you may potentially be in separation from this person. If this is a friend or a colleague, this is somebody who you really thought had your best interests at heart, and you really thought you had a lot in common with the mirroring card, and then you realized that this was somebody who was just showing you what they thought that you wanted, was just mirroring you in a way that would get what they needed done. Something I remember is I want to say it was by Chuck Palahniuk, the guy who wrote Fight Club. He's one of my favorite authors, but I think it was him, said that he was talking to, he had a short form piece where he was talking to a used car salesman, and the used car salesman said in order to close the deal, one of the most important lessons he learned was how to mirror. And how he would do it is he would watch his customer. If the customer itched his nose, the used car salesman would wait like a couple of minutes and then itch his own nose in the same fashion. If the guy crossed his legs, the used car salesman would cross his legs, etc., etc. So you may have had someone who was doing these same things to you, who was going, oh, you really like to watch tarot readings. Wow, isn't that funny? I, too, love to watch tarot readings. Just love it. Maybe we can talk more about tarot readings. That would be fabulous. And they used your interests and the things that you enjoy or are passionate about in order to get close to you. Interesting. And with the Hierophant, and with this love spell card coming out, if this is a connection that has proved itself toxic to you and you don't want anything to do with it, then I really suggest a cord cutting. I really suggest a cleansing, a protection ritual, any one of those things. These are things that I do for people, but they are also very, very easy to do on your own. So if you want suggestions, feel free to ask me down in the comments. Feel free to Google it. You'll find it. It is all out there. I'm entirely self-taught. But you really want to get whatever is attached to you removed, because this Ace of Wands is your new beginning. And this new beginning can harken back to these cards here and what you thought this person was doing, or what you thought this person was, which really ended up to be some shady business that they were doing in order to get you to feel some type of way about them. But what I'm getting with those cards and with the Wheel of Fortune is that these cards are going to come back around. You may have felt these in the past for this devil energy here. The Page of Cups and the Two of Cups are going to come back around. And the Ace of Wands is going to bring them around. So this is a connection that's going to seem really passionate at first. If this is a work-related connection, this is going to be somebody that you just jive with, that you guys have great ideas. And you seem like you're on the same wavelength. The Wands is the suit of fire, so that's energy, that's passion, that's inspiration. You guys give each other a lot of ideas. And I mean, I don't think I need to tell you, if this is a lover, this is going to be a lover that, you know, a love relationship that there's a lot of passion. You know, take that as a lie. So let's get some clarification on this Ace of Wands. It's fresh new start. Let's get some clarification on the Ace of Wands. What can we say about the Ace of Wands, energy, spirit? I don't usually do reversals, but with the Oracle decks, sometimes I will, and this one is just kind of really calling to me to be reversed. So it's interesting because looking at the hand upside down like this and with rejected reversed, this could have been someone that you rejected in the past coming back to try again. I will say that. But with the hand the way that it is, it almost looks like offering. It almost looks like here, like a gift. So, okay. Let's see. All right. Spirit, can I get some advice? Can I get some advice for the collective here with what you've told us here today? Can I get some advice? What advice do you have for us, Spirit? Any advice, Spirit? Okay. So with the King of Swords, I'm getting, don't take things too personally. Don't take things too personally, and specifically with the devil energy and with the shady behavior going on, I'm getting, don't think that that's about you. This is a reflection of this other individual, and it's got nothing to do with you. If it wasn't you, it would be somebody else. That's what I'm getting really, really strongly, is if it wasn't you, they manipulated and breadcrumbed and juggled, it would be somebody else. Yeah, and now you're seeing it for what it really was. Which is galling. It's hard.
You know,
we talk about the truth as this amazing, wonderful, beautiful thing, this positive thing. It's really not. You know, clarity and truth hurts. It does. That's why it's the sword. That's why it cuts. But there's no mistaking a wound. There's no mistaking a flesh wound. You can't pretend that's something else. So, it may have hurt, but with the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands, heavy new beginnings. Heavy new beginnings. And with this rejected card upside down like this, I'm getting very strongly that this, if this is the same connection from before coming back around for another try, you may be the one to provide the rejection when before you felt rejected by them. So this may be you saying, you know, I'm good. I'm good on that. Yeah, and with the Four of Wands, on the other side of that, that clarity and that truth about this devil situation is a really, really, really beautiful, beautiful partnership. A really beautiful living situation. If this is not romantic for you in your timeline right now, this is like a group of roommates or friends that just gets you and that you can be excited about and you can build with and have a really strong foundation. So don't put your head in the sand. Don't put your head in the sand. And give yourself a little bit of grace, because if it wasn't you, it would have been somebody else. As sad as that is, that's just, it says more about this person than it does about you. Yeah. With the Knight of Wands, I got follow your passion. As far as advice goes, follow your passion and find your personal North Star. That may resonate to somebody. Somebody may be big into astrology. Somebody may be big into specifically Sirius, the North Star. Yeah, I'm getting navigation in terms of nautical navigation too. So somebody may have a boat or really like sailing. I'm just getting a very specific image of the ocean under the night sky and just how bright the water looks when it's full of stars. So that may really resonate with somebody. I'm not sure. All these swords to me look like arrows. Like if you held them wrong, they could really hurt you on both ends. So swords are the suit of thoughts. So your thoughts need to be held very carefully right now. Hold your thoughts very carefully and be gentle with them, because your thoughts can have sharp edges and they can cut and they can do damage. And I would go so far as to say, treat your words the same way, because you may not realize it right now, but your words can do a lot of damage, can do a lot of harm. And whether it's in terms of attracting negativity into your own life by not speaking positively about things, about yourself, or whether it's actually speaking to others. I'm getting that for a lot of you, you know. Be mindful of the way that you're speaking to others. You know, there's that old saying, you know, let your words go through 3 doors. Is it true? Is it necessary? And is it kind? And if it can't fit through all three of those doors, then it's best just not to say it. And that's a good rule to hang on to right about now. Okay. Thank you for the clarification, Spirit. Let's get a couple of the Wild Unknown Archetype cards. These cards are beautiful. Spirit, what does collective need to pursue? What does collective need to know? What does collective need to understand right now? Storm. Okay. Any advice for the collective, Spirit? Any advice for our lovely collective right about now? Spirit, what do you got? I'm hearing a dog. Oh, goodness. I'm hearing a dog. So, dogs represent friendship and loyalty. The Eternal Child. Okay, so the Eternal Child is your advice, and the storm is what you need to know. I'm just going to read from the guidebook a little bit. Okay, so for the storm, what you need to know. The chaos, the whirlwind, the disorder. Possessing an energy much like the Tarot's Tower card, the storm undoes all that is. Yes, this is the previous side of your Wheel of Fortune there. So you've really come through something, you know, and it's okay to sit with it for a minute and allow that dust to settle. Everything that was solid, known, and relied upon is stripped away by the winds of fate. The ground becomes the sky becomes the center, and then the center disappears. The storm is a great equalizer, no matter how far we've come on the path. No matter our age, wealth, or wisdom, we can't hide from its savage winds. When all else fails, go within. There, for a moment, you will settle into the eyes of the storm. The storm's intention is to rebalance your equilibrium. It is a result of precarious conditions, not the cause of them. The storm lays bare the truth that there are forces larger than you. This understanding is a relief, but also a predicament of power that requires your surrender. Okay. And the Eternal Child for your advice. The Eternal Child is connected to the timeless, ageless, and infinite aspects of life. It is radiant and fearless and seeks joy above all else and at any cost. So there's your advice right there. Seek joy above all else and at any cost. It's not as easy as it sounds. Everyone kind of spits these platitudes about, you know, follow your bliss and just seek joy. It's, you know, live, laugh, love. You know, let's slap it on a kitchen wall. All right, Karen. It's not that simple. Seeking joy at all costs is an entire revolution, and we don't give it the credit it deserves, because you live in a society and amongst people who want you to do for others so that they can reap the benefits of that. or because of the way that they were raised and they thought that they should be. To seek your own joy is actually incredibly courageous. There's multi-billion-dollar industries devoted to you not doing that. Sorry, I deviated from the guidebooks significantly. The eternal child wants to nix all rules and responsibilities and go beyond what others say is possible. It wants to return with plenty of friends to the land of the free, where divine wine and creativity pour from the earth and sky. The eternal child glimmers. It reminds us of what is possible and magical about this precious life. This archetype is so spirited that when its appetite for life isn't satiated, it seeks spirits and substance elsewhere. The eternal child struggles with addictions of all varieties. I don't know if I need to say that that is not your advice, but if this devil card was referencing gambling or shopping or substances, then the eternal child is advice surrounding coming back to the way, you know, the initial reason that you reached for those substances, for that quick dopamine hit, but to get it within yourself, to find it naturally, to find it in a healthy way. Celebrity culture is based heavily on this archetype, as is the phrase, live hard, die young, and the series of artists and musicians who died at 27. So embrace your joy, embrace the playful spirit. These are the messages that I have for you today. I hope something resonated for somebody out there. And I will be back. I will be back hopefully very soon. And if you liked this, hit the like button, leave a comment, share the video with someone you care about. Maybe subscribe if you feel called to. All right. Namaste, friends.